Hello guys, I'm Pranith. Welcome to my channel TechieP-Triad, Python programming and Pranith. Hello guys, in this video, as a part of the Python basic series, we'll be going over functions. Over the course of this series, we have used many functions very often, such as the print function, the input function, the length function, and many more. But those all are inbuilt functions. In this video, we'll be discussing about how to build our own functions and passing arguments to the functions and numerous arguments. So, let's get started. So, first, before writing a function, let's discuss what is a function and what's the use of a function. Firstly, what is a function? A function is called to run a block of code. And how is it used? Well, for example, if I have a long code in which I use a particular algorithm very often, I don't have to type the algorithm over and over again in the code. I can type it once in a function and call the function over and over again. This simplifies the process. The way to define a function is by using the def keyword. And then after this, you type in the function's name. It can be anything. Let's say hi. And then you put the parenthesis. This notifies that this is a function. And a colon. And what do you want the function to do? All that goes in here with an indentation, of course. That's because Python utilizes indentation and not curly braces, unlike other programming languages such as C and Java. We have already discussed this in the first video. If you haven't checked it out, please check it out. Link in the description down below. So let's just print out hello world. Now we have to call the function say hi. Now if we run this, as you can see, it prints out hello world. Simple as that. But this is quite useless because I am replacing one line of code with another line of code. There can be many lines of code within a function. For example, if you want to print multiple lines, and then we call the function's name and run the program, as you can see, it prints out those many times. As simple as that. But now, let's look into the arguments. So what exactly is an argument? Let's just take print. Now print is an inbuilt function. You cannot change it and you cannot have a function with the same name of it. You will get an error. If I type the statement and run the program, it prints out say hi. That's because I passed in an argument of say hi to the print function. This is an argument. Now let's see how to do that for our own functions. Let's say we have a function named add, and we are going to take in two variables, a and b. Now a and b are the arguments. Arguments are defined within these parentheses. There can be as many arguments as you want. Here I am taking only two and I am separating them with a comma. Let's just say we will print out a plus b. Now we have to call the function add and put parentheses and then give in some numbers. Now if we run the program, we get 50. That's because 20 plus 30 is 50. Simple, right? But what if we don't give the values? What would happen then? If we run the program, we get a type error. That's because there are two arguments which have not been supplied. So Python definitely throws an error. So you always have to specify the arguments. But if you want one of the arguments to be, let's just say, optional. For example, let's take 3 arguments over here and you want the third argument to be optional. The way you can do that is by specifying a default value. So the default value of the argument C is going to be 0. Now let's quickly add it in here, and we can add a new argument. Now if we run the program, we get the result. But even if there's no argument for C, as you can see, we get the result and not an error. That's because we have given the default value. And since we haven't mentioned any value while calling the function, it takes the default value. Simple, right? You can give default value to anything and you can assign it anything. For example, I am assigning it 10 over here, and let's just give this nothing. And now if we run the program, as you can see, we are going to get 10. That's because 10 plus 0 plus 0 is equal to 10. But guys, let's say we don't want to output this, we don't want to print it out, but we want to store it in a variable. Is that possible? Let's try. So here, we'll try to store it in a variable and then print it out. Now if we run the program, we get 10, which is this print statement, and then none, which is this print statement. We get nothing because we are printing it out. The way to output a result so that it can be stored in a variable is by using return statement. As you can see, now we'll have to type return and the statement. Now if we run the program, it prints out 10. That's because this is returning a value which is being stored within this variable, and then it's printing it out. If there was no print statement, and now if we run the program, we get nothing because return statement does not print it. It just returns it so that it can be stored. So that is return statement. So moving on to the next section, multiple arguments. Let's take the same example, add, but now we are going to put an asterisk and then say numbers. So this is going to allow the user to give as many arguments as he needs. So now what we are going to do is that we are going to iterate over all of these numbers using a for loop. If you haven't seen my previous video on loops, please check it out. Link in the description down below. So for number in numbers, first let's take a default value, c is equal to 0, and let's keep on adding it to the new number. And at last, let's return the number. Return C. Now if we run the program, we get nothing. That's because the function hasn't been called. Let's call the function add, and we can give in as many numbers as we want to. Now if we run the program, we'll have to print it out because we are returning it and not printing it out. Let's quickly print it out. As you can see, we get 21. You can give as many numbers as you want, even only one number. As you can see over here, I gave it completely random numbers and it's adding them. So this takes in as many numbers as the user gives, and then the for loop iterates over each of the number and adds it to this variable and returns the variable. Simple, right? But what will happen if I give in a string and not a number? We get a type error because it's an unsupported operand for an integer to be added to a string. So how do we handle this? We can handle this using Python's exception handling. So we'll get to that in the next video. So please subscribe to my channel and click the bell icon so that you'll get a notification when I release the next video. Thank you. Have a nice day. Thank you for watching the video, and if you have any doubts, ask in the comment section down below. Please do like, share and subscribe, and check out my other videos.